Have you ever wondered why you enjoy being alone? While others seem terrified by silence? They assume you're lonely and pitiful. But you're not. You're just different. And the truth is, if you like being alone, there's a high chance you carry a set of rare, deeply misunderstood traits. And once you realize what they are, you might never see yourself the same way again. So let's begin, because this isn't just about being alone. It's about discovering what your solitude says about you, and why the world needs people like you more than ever. Trait number 1. You're self-aware, almost to a fault. People who like being alone often think more than they speak. They reflect before they react. They observe before they judge. And here's the fascinating part. Studies show that people who spend regular time alone tend to have higher levels of metacognition. It's the ability to think about their own thinking. That's not just deep. That's rare. But here's a question for you. Is this self-awareness a gift, or a burden? Because sometimes, being so aware makes it hard to turn your mind off. You replay conversations. You overanalyze silences. You feel things deeper than most people realize. But here's what's beautiful. That same awareness is what gives you insight others don't have. Trait number 2. You're immune to social noise. Most people fill their day with distractions. Music, notifications, endless small talk, but you've learned to find peace in stillness. And that's a rare kind of strength. Because let's be honest, silence can be terrifying to those who haven't made peace with themselves. But if you like being alone, you've done something they haven't. You've faced your own thoughts. You've sat with your own emotions. And you didn't run. That kind of emotional endurance is not only uncommon, it's magnetic. It means you don't need the world's validation to feel worthy. And in a world addicted to approval, that makes you quietly powerful. Trait number 3. You're selectively social, and that makes you more attractive. Let's get something straight. Liking solitude doesn't mean you're antisocial. It means you're intentional. You don't chase crowds, because you crave real connection. You listen deeper. You speak with purpose. And when you show up, people notice. Because your presence isn't constant, it's meaningful. And here's something even more fascinating. When you're not always around, your value increases. Psychologists call this the scarcity effect. The less available something is, the more we value it. So while others are shouting for attention, you attract it, simply by not needing it. Trait number 4. You think independently, even when it's unpopular. People who enjoy being alone often form their own opinions. You're not easily swayed by trends, gossip, or popular opinion. And while that can make you feel like an outsider, it's also the trait of innovators, visionaries, and quiet revolutionaries. Because independence isn't just about doing things alone. It's about the courage to think for yourself. That's rare. That's powerful. And in a world of noise, it's unforgettable. Trait number 5. You're not afraid to heal in private. Most people are afraid of being alone after heartbreak, failure, or loss. But you disappear when things fall apart. Not because you're weak, but because you know real healing doesn't need an audience. You process. You grieve. You grow, away from the noise. And when you return, you're stronger, softer, and wiser. People often wonder how you do it. How you disappear and come back, glowing. But the truth is, your solitude is your secret. Trait number 6. You're deeply creative, whether you know it or not. Here's something most people don't realize. Solitude is a breeding ground for creativity. Many of history's greatest minds, from Einstein to Virginia Woolf, were known for seeking solitude. Why? Because being alone gives your brain the space to connect dots that others miss. That idea you had during a quiet walk? That realization you had late at night with no one around? That's your mind lighting up in the silence. And that is sacred. Trait number 7. You feel everything, even what others miss. You notice the tone behind someone's words. You sense the tension in a room before anything is said. You read between the lines, effortlessly. Some call it intuition. Some call it emotional intelligence. Whatever it is, you have it. And it often comes from spending time alone, where you learn to hear the quiet things most people ignore. But wait. Why do so many people misunderstand you? Here's the paradox. The world tells us that being social is the key to happiness. That the more friends you have, the better your life must be. That being alone means something is wrong with you. But what if the opposite is true? What if solitude isn't isolation, but elevation? What if the quiet ones are the ones who feel the most, think the deepest, and live the most authentic lives? The truth is, most people misunderstand loners, because they haven't had the courage to sit with themselves. Here's what makes you rare: you're not afraid of silence. You're not dependent on external noise to feel alive. You don't dilute yourself just to fit in. You show up when it matters. You walk away when it doesn't. And you're okay in your own company, which is one of the rarest traits of all. And here's what that means going forward: you're not boring. You're not broken. You're not antisocial. You're reflective. You're intentional. And you carry a quiet depth the world desperately needs more of. So the next time someone doesn't understand why you like being alone, smile. Because chances are, they haven't yet discovered the power you already have. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. And if you've ever felt like your solitude was a weakness, I hope this helped you realize it's your strength. Don't forget to like and share this with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you don't need to be loud to be powerful. You don't need to be everywhere to be unforgettable. Your presence, even in silence, speaks volumes. See link in the description below to uncover more deep truths about your hidden gifts, talents, and purpose in life.